Male Manual Week has always been a crazy, but crazy in a good way, time. When the rivalry started, Male Manual just played every year. It was always a football game. Male High School had the first public school team. Male is actually older than Manual. It was always the biggest game in Louisville.
This game tonight is a continuation of one of the longest rivalries.
The only time that they didn't have the game was when Male and Manual were combined. Manual had outgrown its building, Male had outgrown its, and so they built a new building at Brook and Breckenridge, where we used to be, our previous building, and Manual moved in with Male. That was the early 1900s. They were both in one building, 4 years combined, and they kind of stayed on separate sides of the hall and separate parts of the building, but obviously it didn't work out. Manual was the school where you went when you were going to go into a manual labor type job. So the rivalry started because they were the working people and we were the bosses. Male High School was the school where you went if you were going to be a business person, a lawyer, a doctor, something like that. Manual was where you were going to school if you were working with your hands. You were doing a trade. That's why it was Manual High School. It's a horrible misconception that we played a football game for the H. The H comes from the origins of Male High School. When Male High School was started, it was not just Male High School, it was high school. It was the only public high school in Jefferson County in Louisville. We didn't need an M because we weren't really male high school, we were just high school. That's how we started. When I was in school and we went to a pep rally, we didn't sit with our class. We didn't sit, in a specific area. We were there all together because we were male. The one time that every single person came together for the support of our team, for the support of our people, and it was a beautiful thing. Yeah, I like that pep rally the best. That's my favorite pep rally. That pep rally is all about making sure that the lights go off when they're supposed to go off and come back on when they're supposed to come back on. Because it's never a good idea to turn the lights completely out in a room full of 1,750 people. But we do it.
When people ask me what's your favorite memory of Male High School, now I can say watching my son graduate, but the first Male Manual pep rally I ever went to, people kept telling me, you won't believe it, you won't believe it. And I walked in there and I saw all that black. And I thought, where else could you get this many kids on the same page for the same purpose and do it consistently?
We spend a lot of time picking at each other and trying to win the spirit stick with a class or with a group. But I think that it's a far more important thing that we all come together behind one entity, which is me.
There is a spirit, and just this feeling of I am continuing something that started so long ago and has influenced so many famous people with our graduates. And it's just the amount of character, work ethic that gets put into this. You can't really understand Male unless you've been here.
Man doesn't have school spirit like us.
It shows all of Male's pride and we go all out.
Tradition!
Classy!
Greatness.
Excellent! Studious!
Family!
Lots of purple, lots of blue.
Something that it's historic and it continues to grow. And I think as evidenced by what happens here and at Manual every week, it's something that's going to keep going for a long time. Manual's a great school. They have their own traditions and things that they do, but there's no way you can match up to over 150 years of tradition. And we build on those traditions as time goes on. We don't just sit back and rest on laurels. And I think that's one of the big things about Male. It's going to continue.